Welcome back to the channel named Lincoln Currency, where today, we're diving into the world of coins, and not just any coin. We're talking about the legendary 1982 US penny. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this unassuming cent is causing a stir in the collector's market and why you might want to start paying closer attention to your pocket change. The humble penny has been around for a long time. The first US penny was minted in 1793, and it looked very different from the coins we're used to today. The early pennies were made of pure copper and weighed a substantial 13.48 grams, quite hefty compared to today's pennies. Over the years, the penny has evolved, with many different designs and compositions, each one reflecting the values and needs of its time. Fast forward to 1909. The iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln we know today was introduced, making the US penny the first American coin to feature a real person. Since then, the Lincoln penny has remained a staple of American currency, but its composition has changed several times. And this is where our story gets interesting, especially when it comes to the 1982 penny. So what makes this coin so valuable? To understand that, we have to go back to a pivotal year in coinage history, 1982. The year 1982 was a monumental one for the US Mint. Rising copper prices led to a dramatic increase in the cost of producing copper coins. In fact, by this point, it actually cost more than 1 cent to make a penny. The solution? The US Mint decided to switch the penny's composition from 95% copper and 5% zinc to a cheaper, predominantly zinc core with a thin copper coating. The result? A penny that weighed about 20% less and was far more cost-effective to produce. This transition sounds simple enough, right? But here's where it gets complicated. During the transition year, both copper and zinc pennies were produced. This has led to one of the biggest mysteries, and most sought-after coins, in American numismatics, the elusive copper 1982 penny. So, why are some 1982 pennies worth a fortune? Well, in the process of switching from copper to zinc, a few copper pennies were accidentally minted in the new small date style. These pennies have the old composition but were created with a newer date font, making them an incredibly rare variant. To this day, the exact number of these copper small date 1982 pennies is unknown, but it's believed that only a handful exist. Collectors go crazy for these rare coins because they represent a transition period, a fascinating era, and of course, scarcity. This combination has sent their value skyrocketing. So, you might be wondering, could I have one of these pennies? It's certainly possible, and that's part of what makes this story so exciting. The way to tell if your 1982 penny is the rare copper version is simple: weigh it. Copper pennies weigh about 3.11 grams, while zinc pennies weigh 2.5 grams. If you happen to have a 1982 penny that weighs 3.11 grams and features the small date font, you could be holding a coin worth hundreds of thousands, or even millions, of dollars. In fact, one of these rare 1982 copper small date pennies sold for an incredible $18,800 in a 2017 auction. And just recently, one was discovered that experts believe could be worth as much as $20 million. You might be asking, what drives the value of these coins? Well, rarity and condition are two major factors. The fewer coins there are and the better the condition they're in, the higher their value. The copper 1982 penny ticks both of these boxes. Even minor scratches, nicks, or discoloration can impact a coin's value, so collectors pay top dollar for pennies in pristine condition. So, how can you get started on your coin collecting journey? First, take a closer look at your change. Checking the date, weight, and overall condition of your pennies can help you identify valuable coins. You'll also want to get a good magnifying glass and scale to examine coins more closely. Finally, consider visiting local coin shops, attending coin shows, and connecting with other collectors online for tips and guidance. And if you do find a penny that looks promising, you might want to send it to a professional grading service, like PCGS or NGC, to get an official assessment. This can significantly increase the coin's value and make it easier to sell at auction if you choose to do so. In the end, the story of the 1982 penny is a testament to how fascinating coin collecting can be. A single coin, worth just a cent in everyday use, can become a sought-after treasure worth millions. And who knows? There could still be undiscovered 1982 copper small date pennies hiding out there just waiting to be found. So next time you see a penny lying around, don't ignore it, check it out. You might just be holding a piece of history. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the world of rare coins. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell so you won't miss our next deep dive into fascinating pieces of history hiding in plain sight. Until next time, keep collecting and keep searching. This script is packed with history, practical tips, and mystery to keep viewers engaged. The story of the 1982 penny combines intrigue, a little mystery, and practical insights that make it appealing for both casual viewers and serious coin enthusiasts alike. Today, we're diving deep into a coin you might just have in your pocket or piggy bank right now, the 1986 United States 1-cent coin, or as we all know it, the penny. And let me tell you, there's a surprising amount of history, mystery, and even value behind this tiny copper-colored coin. Stick around to the end to find out why some 1986 pennies are so special, and how some could potentially be worth thousands. The 1986 US 1-cent coin may look like just another penny at first glance, but there's much more than meets the eye. This little coin has stories, history, and even some legends tied to it. Let's start with the basics. Minted in Philadelphia and Denver, the 1986 penny was produced in massive quantities. Over 5 billion of these were minted, so chances are you've come across one at some point. It's the same familiar design. On the obverse, or heads side, we have the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, or tails side, we see the Lincoln Memorial, which became the standard penny reverse design from 1959 all the way until 2008. And, if you look closely, you'll see a tiny set of initials, VDB, honoring Brenner. Now, let's rewind a bit. Pennies have a long history in the US, dating all the way back to 1793 when the first large cent was issued. Over time, we saw changes in materials, designs, and even sizes. Fast forward to 1982, and the US Mint made a major decision. Due to the rising cost of copper, pennies would no longer be made with pure copper. Instead, they began to be produced with a copper-plated zinc core. The penny we know today is about 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, making it much lighter than earlier versions. The 1986 penny, being part of this transition period, is interesting because it marks just a few years after this major material shift. So, every 1986 penny you see is made of copper-plated zinc. So, you might be thinking, with over 5 billion 1986 pennies minted, what could make any of these worth more than a penny? Great question. While it's true that most 1986 pennies are only worth their face value, there are a few key things that can set some apart, making them highly desirable for collectors. One of the biggest factors in the value of any coin is its condition. Coins in mint state, meaning they're as pristine as when they left the mint, can be worth more. For the 1986 penny, those graded at MS 67 or higher by grading organizations like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, are rare and can fetch a premium. Currently, these high-grade examples can sell anywhere from $50 to $300 or more. Beyond condition, error coins are also a big deal. Some 1986 pennies feature errors like doubling, die cracks, or off-center strikes, and these anomalies can make a coin far more valuable. Now, let's address the big rumor going around, the claim that a 1986 penny could be worth millions of dollars. If you've seen articles or social media posts hyping up certain pennies with incredible values, you're not alone. And while it's true that some rare coins can fetch millions, the average 1986 penny is, unfortunately, not quite in that league. However, if you did find an incredibly rare error or one in near-perfect condition, there could be a real payoff. A few notable error pennies from other years have indeed sold for impressive prices, but there's no record of a 1986 penny reaching millions. That said, collectors are willing to pay a premium for very specific features, like proof sets, exceptional grades, or unique errors. Some of these could still go for thousands. So, what should you look for in your 1986 pennies to see if they're worth more than 1 cent? First, check the condition. A penny with sharp details, no wear, and a bright shine is a good candidate for grading. Next, look for potential errors. If you spot any unusual marks, doubled features, or strange patterns, you could be in luck. It's worth getting in touch with a professional coin grader or dealer if you think you have something special. Even a minor error can make a difference. And if you do find a high-grade 1986 penny or one with a rare error, it could be worth anywhere from $20 to $1,000 or more. Now, let's talk about the overall value of pennies in the market today. While most coins in circulation are worth face value, there's been a recent increase in interest in high-quality pennies, especially older and error varieties. For collectors, finding unique pieces like a high-grade 1986 penny or one with a rare error can be incredibly rewarding. While the 1986 penny might not make you a millionaire, it's still a fascinating part of US coin history. And who knows? Maybe the next penny you pull from your pocket will be a hidden gem. Whether you're a casual collector or a seasoned numismatist, every coin tells a story, and sometimes, those stories can be worth more than you'd think. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1986 penny, hit that like button and subscribe for more coin adventures. Let us know in the comments if you have any interesting finds of your own. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting. This script will keep viewers engaged by blending facts with a bit of excitement around potential value, making it interesting for both casual viewers and coin collectors. Feel free to add your own flair or personality to make it even more entertaining. Today, we're diving into the story of a coin you might even have lying around your house. You might be wondering, how can a 1990 United States 1-cent coin hold any significant value? Well, get ready to be surprised. To the casual observer, the 1991 cent coin might seem just like any other penny. But coin collectors know that not all pennies are created equal. This specific year has captured the attention of coin collectors and enthusiasts, especially due to certain rare versions of this coin. In fact, some of these coins have been auctioned for astonishing prices. Today, we're exploring why this small coin could be worth so much, and what factors make it so special. The 1991 cent coin was produced during a time when the Lincoln Memorial design was standard on pennies. This design was introduced back in 1959, replacing the older, wheat, cent design that had been around since 1909. Featuring the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, it was the first American coin to feature a U.S. president. And for over 3 decades, this design remained consistent, yet, as with many coins, not all batches produced each year were the same. So what makes the 1990 penny so fascinating? Well, not all 1990 pennies were created equal. In that year, the U.S. Mint produced pennies at multiple locations, including the Philadelphia Mint and the San Francisco Mint. While most pennies minted at the Philadelphia Mint lack a mint mark, coins from the San Francisco Mint are typically marked with an S, but in a rare twist, some 1990 pennies were minted without the traditional S mark that indicates the San Francisco Mint. These rare no S proof coins are what coin collectors are after. A proof coin is specifically struck with higher quality and detail for collectors and is not intended for regular circulation. So, if you find one of these error coins, you're looking at a treasure worth much more than a penny. Now, you might ask, why would the absence of an S mint mark make such a difference in value? Well, this no S error was an unintentional oversight by the mint. These coins were minted in a limited batch before the error was detected, making them incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. Mint errors add a unique element to coins that make them one-of-a-kind collectibles. And since they weren't supposed to exist, they're like a little piece of history that wasn't meant to happen. The fewer there are, the more valuable they become. One of these rare 1990 no S pennies even sold at auction for a jaw-dropping amount. Okay, here's the part everyone wants to know. How much is a rare 1990 no S penny worth? Well, depending on its condition, these coins have been known to fetch anywhere from tens of thousands to even hundreds of thousands of dollars. In fact, recent auctions have seen these pennies sell for over $30,000, and in pristine, high-grade conditions, these coins have sold for even more. But keep in mind, this value applies specifically to the rare 1990 no S proof coins. Regular 1990 pennies are not worth nearly as much, as they lack this rare error. However, if you're lucky enough to find one in near-perfect condition, known as a mint state, it could still be worth more than face value. Now, you're probably wondering how you can tell if you have one of these valuable pennies. Here are a few tips. First, examine the date and the area where the mint mark would usually appear. If there's no mint mark on what appears to be a proof coin, you might just have a rare one. Proof coins also have a mirror-like finish, making them stand out from ordinary circulated pennies. Also, it's a good idea to get your coin authenticated and graded by a professional, like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. Grading provides a certified score of the coin's condition, which is crucial for determining its market value. Now, let's talk about future value. Will these rare 1990 NOS pennies continue to increase in value? Experts believe that as long as demand for unique and rare coins remains high, the value of these coins could continue to rise. Collecting coins is a hobby that has consistently gained interest over time, especially with online auctions making it easier for people to buy and sell rare items globally. Also, keep in mind that coins from the US Mint that contain errors like the 1990 NOS penny are becoming harder to find, adding to their allure. Coin collecting is also seen as a safe investment, with the rarest coins often appreciating in value as they become more sought after. So, if you've got a collection of old coins, it might be worth taking a closer look at that 1990 penny. Who knows? You might be sitting on a small fortune. Coins like these remind us that even the smallest, seemingly insignificant items can carry immense value, both historically and financially. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the history and mystery of the 1991-cent coin. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next video. And who knows? Maybe your next penny could be worth $1 million. This script provides a blend of history, detail on the unique qualities of the coin, and advice for spotting and valuing rare coins, all designed to capture viewers' interest from start to finish.